All right, so everybody shared their opinion on Databricks' news, and I applaud the news. But let me take a turn in sharing my thoughts on it and the impact on CDPs, specifically composable CDPs. No, don't sigh, don't roll your eyes. I believe in the power of composable CDPs, so please hear me out on this one. I'll be gentle. Ready? Let's go. Let's talk about intelligence. Not the kind that hides behind 5 stitched together tools and not the kind that appears hours too late to shape a decision. I mean the kind that lives close to the data, responds in real time, and understands what's actually happening. Hold on. What's that? Yeah, I'm recording a video. Yeah, I know you knew I was recording a video. Was that lunch? How did you know I wanted to do lunch with you today? It's lovely outside. Let's go somewhere. And wow, that's the intelligence I'm talking about. Human, on point, and contextual. All kidding aside though, this is what Databricks just moved toward with the release of data intelligence for marketing. Did you miss it? I don't know how you could. Every Databricks partner was announcing on social media how proud they were to be a launch partner. I think I even got a text message from my mother. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, she's been a partner for years, but joking, of course. In any case, and let me be brutally honest, Databricks stepped feels like one of the most meaningful forward in Martech infrastructure since composability started gaining traction around 2020. It would be easy to assume this is just a way to enable intelligence natively from within a data warehouse, but that misses the point. Databricks isn't chasing CDP status. They're embedding intelligence directly into the data layer inside the lakehouse, so it becomes native to every downstream decision. That should matter if you've been working with composable CDPs. The promise was flexibility, assemble your stack, stay agile, and the vendors have delivered. Let's not mistake that. However, in practice, most setups lack shared memory and real-time capabilities, 2 themes I've explored in depth in my Contextual CDP series on Substack. Make sure to subscribe to my newsletter there. You'll get some great articles. In that series, I argue that intelligence without context or immediacy is merely surface-level automation. When user does this, do that. You can automate all you want, but if every action is disconnected from context, it's just noise with a schedule. It's 2025 already, people. This is where, in my opinion, data gravity enters the story. Man, that term is so awesome. Interstellar is definitely one of my favorite movies. Anyway, the Martech Weekly's Keanu Taylor put it plainly in essay number 200. I'll link to it in the description. Data doesn't want to move. Apps are migrating toward the warehouse like being dragged into a black hole. All right, let's cue the mandatory clip from Interstellar. You know I had to. Nosing down. That's just one of my favorite scenes right there, pulling into the black hole. Anyway, just too much nerd stuff here. Look, AI is accelerating that pull with the help of Databricks, and it thrives on volume, variety, immediacy, and none of which work efficiently when spread across disconnected tools. Databricks is setting itself up as the place where customer data, campaign activity, behavioral signals are just there in real time, ready to act on. You don't copy the data out, you bring the logic to the data. This goes beyond operational efficiency. It gives marketers architectural leverage they haven't had before. And don't worry though, composable tools still have a role, but in my honest opinion, after seeing what Databricks is offering, they're no longer the systems that make sense of the customer. They become surfaces, presentation layers. The thinking happens closer to the gravity well, black holes. If your stack only connects systems, you're building scaffolding without structure. In the CDP Reboot series, I argue that most platforms solve for flow before they solve for understanding, if at all. Databricks flips that. It begins with the context. Considering it a bit more now, it could be the push composable CDPs need to become more attractive to companies. Now, although this release wasn't labeled as a CDP, it does suggest that the CDP category might soon orbit around a new center. So if you're still anchoring your stack around orchestration tools or identity resolution or anything like that, it might be time to ask whether that's really where the center belongs. Because what's taking shape isn't just composable, it's embedded, it's ambient, it's incredibly difficult to ignore. Well, maybe until you see the invoice. Again, joking. But let's face it, Martech isn't short on tools.
Do you really love the
tool?
Or are you just saying it because you saw it?
I love tools.
I love
tools. Scott and friends, shared as much in their State of Martech report 2025. Thank you for that, guys. 15,000 tools and counting. Every one of those tools promises impact, integration, or insight, and yet most of them still depend on fractured data and stitched together assumptions. What the space really needs is something quieter but harder to fake. Insight that can act in real time, informed by what's actually happening, not just what was tracked yesterday. Databricks didn't close the intelligence gap, but they've taken a step in the right direction by rooting intelligence where the data already lives. They've made it possible to think with the data, not just about it. And if you're serious about building systems that understand the customer, you'll need to do the same. Not eventually, now. See you next time.